Once you know the type of accommodation you're looking for and you're using the booking platform that you've selected, it's time to start narrowing down results. So the first way that I like to narrow down results is by location, sometimes down to a specific neighborhood or within a short distance of certain attractions or near public transit. So we don't have a lot of time to go into detail right now. If you do have the Smart Stay Finder course, check out the lesson called Finding the Best Areas to Stay.
Next, how do we know if a hotel is worthwhile without going there ourselves? We leverage the experience of past guests. So a great benefit of these online platforms is we don't have to know someone personally who stayed there. The websites compile ratings and reviews after guests check out. So don't ignore this powerful source of information. The number of choices for where to stay is often overwhelming, but we can quickly eliminate places that past guests have said are not worth it. And that's going to save us a lot of time. So you need to identify a minimum overall review score for the platforms you're using. Again, these scores help you quickly filter out lower quality options, and we want to use them as one of our initial filters in the search.
Now, if you're like me, budget is also a big consideration when you're looking for places to stay. So the next thing I want you to identify is a maximum price per night limit.
So now we're continuing to filter down and weed out options that aren't going to suit us.
Oops.
And when we know what our priorities are, then we know what the most important filters we need to use on these booking platforms. So after location and review score and budget, the next bucket of things to filter results by is the amenities that are essential to you.
So let's just recap where we are. Here's a simplified version of my research framework. And this framework helps you make informed decisions really efficiently. So by following these steps, you quickly eliminate accommodations that aren't a good fit. And it might take a little adjustment of your preferences to get the options down to a good number of properties. But then by step 5, you end up with a handful of places that are highly likely to meet your needs. And now you can do a more granular evaluation or comparison. In the Smart Stay Finder lessons, I walk you through how to get clear on the essentials and the preferred amenities that are unique to you and what it looks like to filter results for those. So it's important not to skip the step of clarifying those priorities. And we actually address it first thing in the course. There's an accommodation preferences worksheet that you can use as a checklist to make sure you haven't missed anything important.
All right, so we're on to step 5. This is where you're looking more closely at the individual listings of your top contenders. The more familiar you are with the booking platform, the faster you'll be able to find the information that matters to you.
And that's why I include step-by-step guides to the shortcuts that I use on booking.com and other sites. Those are in the course. So when you know your way around, you don't have to read all of the reviews. You can skip to the reviews that are going to help you make a decision when you know these shortcuts.
In the process of comparing your top choices, you're also checking for red flags, which are not always the things that you can read in the official listing, right? That's another reason why past guest reviews are important tools, because they can clue us in to ways that the accommodation may fall short of our expectations.
After being nomadic for a decade, we have stayed in a lot of places and learned the hard way how to identify red flags. So there is a module in the course dedicated to pitfalls to avoid, so you don't have to repeat our mistakes. And even after you choose the place that you want to book, you don't have to cross your fingers and hope it goes well. There are still things that you can do that we highly recommend that you do that can help make sure that stay is going to meet your expectations, if not exceed them.
Just remember, a great stay is more in your control than you think, as long as you know what to keep an eye out for. Where you stay has a domino effect. It impacts how easy it is to get around, how much extra money you might have to spend on transportation and food, and how rested and relaxed you'll feel.
So knowing you've secured a great accommodation gives you peace of mind. It means less stress, less disappointment, so you can have a smooth, enjoyable travel experience.